Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. How is it going, everyone? Let's see if we're live. Let's see if we're live. Are we live? I think we're live. I think we're live. We are live. We are, in fact, live. All right. Okie dokie artichoke. How is it going, everyone? Good afternoon from London. Good afternoon from London, United Kingdom. How is it going? Get the comments in, get the likes up. You know the drill. Get your comments in so you can get a little shout out. Just before we kick off the stream today, one thing I will say. One thing I want to talk to you guys about very, very, very quickly, just before we kick off the show, is the current state of the market. Okay. Now, I'm not going to give you guys advice per se, but what I'm going to tell you is what happened to me in 2018. In 2018, I focused so heavily on price action. I focused so heavily on price action that I forgot to understand what a trending market is. Now, that is what made the difference for me. Okay. When the 2020 cycle came along, I was a little bit flustered. It took me a little bit by surprise because I wasn't prepared for a trending environment. I was only prepared, I was only accustomed, I was only built towards a range bound environment, a very, very lower time frame based environment. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to be aware of is everything that you're doing right now. If you're focused on trading the 15-minute time frame, if you're focused on trading the very, very, very lower time frames, then what I will say is you're far more exceptional than me, and I hats off to you for doing that. Amazing. But at the same time, I know that trading the lower time frame aggressively in a market like we have today will not get you the gains that you're looking for in the next cycle to come. Okay. What changed things for me, what really changed things for me, was being able to research the market, being able to understand what crypto is, what crypto does, what traditional finance is, and what traditional finance does, what purpose it serves, and how they're all interconnected. That's how it worked out for me. And the majority of the influencers that you see online, whether it comes to YouTube or Twitter or whatever, they also did it the same way. Okay. It's not a new trick that I've learned. It's an old trick, one that's been used for thousands of years before we even had electronics. All right. So we'll do the shout out in a second. I'll leave that story with you. It's all good focusing on the lower time frame. It will certainly help you in the next market. But, if you don't have the fundamentals there and if you don't have an understanding of the market, then what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to hold in a trending environment. A trending environment will come and you'll be so accustomed to level that you will miss out on very, very big opportunities and massive gains. Now, remember what I said to you guys. Early on in the market, that's the market that you need to capitalize on. The bull market may last for a year and a half. It's the first 3 to 6 months where you make the majority of your money. That's when the polka dots come. That's when the Solanas come. That's when the HTRs come. That's when all the big players come. AVAX, you know? So I'll leave that with you. All right. I don't want to get involved into any drama going on Twitter and whatnot and so forth. But I will leave that with you. There are certain people out there who have absolutely no shame, zero honor and no shame. But I won't give them the clout that they want. I won't give them the attention that they want. I'll continue to do it my way. So that's my two piece anyway. We'll kick off the show. I hope that helps you in some way, shape, or form. But just keep focused on the bigger picture. All right. I know a lot of you guys in this chat right now. Some of you will, some of you won't. But stay focused on the bigger picture because I promise you, this is not a motivational speech. You're here to make money. I'm here to make money. I can't give you financial advice over here on YouTube, nor can I on Twitter. But what I can do is I can show you what I'm doing. I can show you what I've done. I can show you what got me into this position here. There are one or two people out there in the space who have been given handouts. They've been given handouts to be where they are. And rather than showing appreciation, rather than showing gratefulness, rather than binding together as a team, they've gone off and they want to do their own thing and pretend to be something that they're not. And I'm not going to give you guys names. You guys know who I'm talking about for those of you who do and for those of you who don't. But I just don't want to get involved in any of the drama. So I've made it clear. The whole speech that I've just given now, 4 or 5 minutes, is not to do with anybody else. I'm not specifically targeting one person. I'm just saying stay on the bigger picture because those people that I'm referring to, they're not focused on the bigger picture. They'll do whatever it takes to make a quick buck now. And then when the bull market comes, they will not be able to lead. And not just that, but they will get left behind. All right. Everybody's happy in bull markets. Nobody is during bear markets. There's a very obvious reason why. All right. So let's do the shout out. That's 5 minutes of ranting from NJ. Nicholas Giroux, always first in the chat. Nicholas is always first in the chat. So there you go. Nicholas Giroux. Good to see you, my friend. Brown Holt, good to see you. Hafuel, my number one, good to see you. Alongside my other number one. It's good to see you both in the chat today at the same time. That's really good. Guys in the chat, please show respect to the moderators. Show some love. All right. The moderators work hard for us. Sometimes we have a lot of people here. They still put in the same shift as they do when we don't have many people here. So show them some love. All right. Gaza, it's good to see you, Gaza. Thank you for joining the show. Vinny, thank you for joining the show. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. Hello, NJ. Greetings from sunny Vienna, and congratulations on a new PM, an Indian one, and absolutely awesome. Yeah, so we're going to discuss that today and how it actually might affect crypto. All right, so it's good that you brought that up. GG, nice one, bro. Crypto Mac, it's good to see you, Crypto Mac. Thank you for joining. I was just at the gym with Crypto Mac like 2 hours ago. And when I left, he was still at the gym. So he's probably tuning in from there. Good to see you, bro. Stephen M. Crypto, it's good to see you. He says, good afternoon, fam. Great to see you. Phil the Flying Frenchman. I'm telling you, if I had one viewer left on the NJ show, if I went live and there was one person in the chat and I had to guess who that person was, I'd guess it would be Phil. I'd just guess. Good morning, Lily. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for joining, sis. Great to see you. Good. Piotr, good to see you, Piotr. And we'll do one or two more and then crack on. All right. Who have we got? We've got Aromatic here. Aromatic, thank you for joining the show. Thank you very much. And we've got HJJ. Says, looking forward to hearing your take on Rishi's social care core score CBDC. All right. Bring it up, and we'll talk about it. All right. I'm not fully clued up as to how Rishi Sunak wants to do what he's doing, but we'll talk about it. All right. We've got the timeline here. I'll bring up the timeline and we'll properly discuss it. And finally, before we kick off, August, it's great to see you, August. Thank you for joining the show. All right, 7 minutes in. I've got an hour left before I've got to shoot off. Let's go. All the day ones are here. I agree. All the day ones are here. So let's share my screen and let's get going. Obviously, I didn't come live yesterday, so we're gonna have to run through the Forex Factory today. All right, this is important. We should do this at least once a week. By the way, guys, Friday is going to be a very interesting episode. I've got two special guests coming on. You already know the first one is Trader XO. I wonder if you can guess the second one. But it's an episode that I've been wanting to put together for you guys for a long time now. And I mean, you guys, especially my day ones, you deserve it. You deserve it. So Friday is going to be a good one. Keep an eye out for Friday. I'm not going to be coming live early. I'm going to be coming live a little later. But, you know, it's fairly obvious who's coming on. All right. So let me know if you guys know who's coming on Friday. All right. So a quick look at the Forex Factory. Do we have anything important going on this week that we might need to be aware of? Do we have any CPI, any FOMC, anything that might lead to extreme volatility in the market? To be honest, at this particular instance, at this particular time, no. All right. We've got a very sort of clean week going into the weekend. Now, if we continue looking, if we move over into the next week, it looks pretty quiet here until we get to roughly around, bear with me, until we get to Wednesday. So literally a week and a bit from now, we've got FOMC. All right. Now we will be coming live for FOMC. We will be talking about it. We'll do our live streams for FOMC. Now, when I start talking about Bitcoin in a moment, that will be a good sort of time to show you guys why this FOMC press conference might lead to serious volatility in the market. All right. It's one of those things where we have to be prepared for it. So if we don't see any volatility between now and next Tuesday, I would expect to see a massive amount on Wednesday itself. All right. Remember, small bodied candles lead to big expansion breakouts. All right. So FOMC next Wednesday. So keep an eye on that. Now, if we continue going, we've got some stuff on the pound. We've got Bank of England monetary policy report that could affect things as well. All right. Given that we've got a new prime minister now, things are going to change a little. All right. And Friday, we've got unemployment rates. And we've got NFP. All right. Now, next week is going to be a massively volatile week. So I know I've not been coming live for you guys. I know I'm slowing down the live streams, but next week we'll be more active. Okay. And the week after that might be less, but next week we'll be more active. All right. Next week will be good. we're going to expect a lot of volatility. So that's pretty much that wrapped up. We now can move over onto the next week because we don't have much going on. Now, if we have a quick look at the market here, we could see that Bitcoin's not really done anything. Ethereum's not done anything. The market is really squeezed up. We are really, really squeezed up. Bitcoin is holding 370 billion in terms of market cap. We know that Fed's pulling liquidity out of the sort of bigger markets. I would expect Bitcoin at some stage to take a bit of a drop in price. I think that Bitcoin has one leg left to go. And the market itself it's not really doing anything other than the 7-day periods. We're seeing, Solana down 10% roughly, Polkadot down 5%. The layer ones are taking a bit of a crap, but again, nothing in the market that is giving me signs that we're doing anything special. All right, and that's why a lot of people are now focused on the lower time frame. A lot of people are focused on the lower time frame because the market isn't doing anything. We're seeing 1% here and 4% here and 2% here. Of course, you're going to want 100x leverage that. And then what happens is you lose all your money, and then when the bull market comes or when the bottom hits, you don't have anything to buy. People are impatient. They're desperate for what they can do now. They want to make money today, during this day. And it's not just people here. It's not just myself. It's not just people on Twitter. It's at home as well. People at home, they're used to the bull market. They're not used to the bear market. So their minds haven't, reset themselves. So that's where we are. Moving over to Bitcoin real quick. If we look at Bitcoin here, what did I say about Bitcoin? I haven't touched this chart. What I said about Bitcoin was this. and notice this, right? Notice this. What I said about Bitcoin was this. We've got resistance here at the previous all-time high, and we've got a range to work in here. The last thing I said about Bitcoin, which was last week, was it's about time we started preparing ourselves for this bottom end of this range here. What has happened since then? What has actually happened since then? Nothing. Look at the bodies on the weekly. What has happened since then? Absolutely nothing. So you can talk to me about 10R and 50R and 20R. I respect it. I have respect for it. I do. At the same time, I'd prefer, rather than making $100 to $200 to $300 trading this range, I'd rather wait for something like this. I'd rather wait for a big expansive move like this so I can make a couple million again. Just, I'm growing up a little bit. I understand what the longer game means. I really understand what the longer game means. And you're not going to find that much on Twitter. You'll find that from people like XO and SC, people who have been here for a long time. But people who are in here for 2 minutes and they're lying and saying that they've been here for years and years and whatnot. They've been doing it profitably, professionally, with no evidence as well. That's what's mad. Bitcoin hasn't done anything. Yeah, we're still stuck in this tight range here. All right, this range goes from 17,750 to 20,000, and we haven't even hit the higher ends of the range. Now, what people are doing at the moment is they're taking these blocks here, they're taking these small blocks here, and they're looking for tight ranges to play, right? And that's all good as long as you can manage your risk. That's all good. GG to you, kudos to you. If we do get FOMC and you get stopped out 3-4 times in a row and you blow your account, well, the NJ show told you to chill out. This is not a trading environment. This is a range bound environment. Yes, you can trade this environment using leverage. You can trade this environment using the lower time frame and TP here and there. I get it. But you guys will see. You'll see. I've been there. I was there in 2018. But the market will squeeze at some stage. All right. At some stage soon, I'm expecting the market to squeeze way more than it's squeezing here. Way more than it's squeezing here. Look at this. All right. I'm expecting one final leg lower. Once we go lower into potentially this range here. Okay. That's when I'm expecting the market to flatten out. It's already getting boring. All right. There's no volatility in crypto. It's getting boring. We're seeing the lower highs form. We're not getting no breakouts. Altcoins are giving us some relief, but we're not really doing much. And it does look like we're going to push up. It does. I wouldn't be surprised if we did something like this. Okay, because a lot of people have these exact same ranges marked out. So if they are if they are playing the exact same range, then I wouldn't be surprised if we done something like this up here, take out all these stops here, and then pretty much get everyone bullish, start doing something like this, and then we break down, break down, break down, and then we get the big nuke. Okay, and that will be the Christmas event that everybody's talking about. I remember in 2018 December it was the same. I was on the phone to my uncle, and Bitcoin started crashing, and we all thought, everybody at the time thought that 6K was the level that Bitcoin would never break. Here it is right here. Okay, here it is right here. I'll show you it right here. This was apparently the level that Bitcoin was never ever going to break. It broke through it, and look at how aggressive to the downside it was. It was from the 13th of November, but it didn't stop until the 15th of December. So it was 1 month of expansion. All right. So this is what I'm thinking. This is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's about time now, right? It's about time at some stage, anytime soon, that we can start going into this range now. And I think that once we break below this range high that I've marked out here at around 17,750, I think it will be pretty aggressive, whether it be to the mid-range or to the range low. But I'm expecting the bottom for Bitcoin to start looking... I'm expecting for price to start looking for a bottom on Bitcoin, all right? So maybe one leg left lower and then we go down, no problem at all. And we'll see what happens. Just looking at the chat very quickly, I see all the day ones are here now. All the day ones are here. So we're going to do a mid-stream shout out to everybody here because we've got a few new people that have joined in. I'll say hi to August again because I didn't really get to say hi to you properly. Hey, August, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Crypto Max saying 6th session. DH1 says afternoon, NJ brother. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining the show. Boston says all the best from Slovenia. Go crypto. Nice one, bro. Nice one. And Hafuel is guessing who is going to be on the stream on Friday. So I've got two special guests coming on Friday. I've already put on my Twitter that XO will be one of them. Can you guys figure out who the other one is going to be? It's probably going to be the best episode we've ever done on the NJ show. So if you guys are looking forward to it, then that makes me even more happy. Who else have we got that's just joined in newly? We've got Derry. Derry, thank you for joining. Frederico joining probably from the office or from gym or from the car or something. I don't know. Manib, good to see you, Manib. Thank you. Manib always comes in with positive comments and he's always giving life to the chat. Appreciate you. And we've got KAR Crypto, my hard-working friend on Twitter. KAR Crypto works hard, man. He's putting in the effort. He's putting in the charts. If you like charts, go look at KAR Cryptos. It's not just about the trading. It's about understanding what the chart is telling you, so you're prepared for a trending environment. So go check him out. He's a good lad. And one more. I think I saw one or two more, and then we'll move on. We have got Michael Caffrey. Thank you for joining, Michael. We've got JMO, and we've got Pablo, and we've got Technically Bullish saying good morning. All right, that's the shout out done. So that's pretty much my take on Bitcoin. All right, I really, really don't have much to say on Bitcoin from here. There is no 60K from here. There is no 30K from here. You can't even talk about 5, 10K from here. We are trapped in that same place that we were trapped when we initially broke the first all-time high. All right, that's where we are. Now, what I would say is if you're focused heavily on trading, if you're focused heavily on the 15-minute time frame, ask yourself why you can't get out of that mind frame. Ask yourself why you can't get out of that mindset. Is it the same as when you're when you see Bitcoin here at these high prices here and you're saying Bitcoin's never going to go low again? Or is it here when Bitcoin is at 3K and you're saying, yeah, Bitcoin's going to go to 1, 2K? Do you think it's the same? It kind of sounds like the same to me, That just my take on it. It sounds like the same to me. If you're obsessed with trading on the 15-minute time frame, good luck. Good luck. I wish you the best. All right. So moving on. There is just not much to say on Bitcoin. I would expect a push up to not 22K, but I would expect a push up to 20K, wipe these stops out. And the furthest I would expect it to go would in fact be 22,005. I really, really would. All right. But we'll have to see what happens next week, because next week is when we have CPI, FOMC, and so on. We'll do the live streams for those. Don't worry about that. And we'll see what's good. All right. So let's move on. Now, this is very, very interesting news, and I want you guys to let me know your opinions in the chat. Okay, I saw this today and I was like, wow, this is amazing news, insane. There's so much I want to say, but I can't organize myself in my head to talk about it properly because I'm so bullish on it. I'm so bullish on this news. Now, all right, so we'll start from the very beginning, right? And I'll take a sip of my coffee first before we do that. Okay. So when it comes to this, right, Twitter reportedly building a crypto wallet product. Now, if we start from the beginning, what is Twitter? Twitter is a platform. It's no different to Facebook. It's no different to Instagram. It's a platform where you can share your thoughts. You can share media. You can share pictures, sounds, voice recordings. You can share whatever on Twitter, right? And Twitter is good because you have less of a restriction on Twitter. You know, Twitter is easy. It's much easier to find horrible things on Twitter than it is to do on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. So with Twitter, what it does is automatically it attracts a more mature audience, an audience that is more sort of accustomed or conditioned to seeing things that you wouldn't normally see on a platform where children can use it. Now that's good because adults, people who are mature, they've got money. Kids don't have money, you know, and this is the game that we're playing. We're in the finance game. We want money, right? So we've got Twitter. Now, all these mature people that I refer to, they come on Twitter and they talk about crypto, and suddenly a few years later you've got all these crypto people on Twitter. Now you've got millions and millions and millions of people on Twitter talking about cryptocurrency. Fast forward a little bit into the next cycle, which is 2020, 2021, and you've got someone like Elon Musk saying, you know what, I want to buy Twitter. First, Elon comes out saying, I love Doge. Then he comes out saying, yeah, Tesla's going to buy Bitcoin. Then he comes out saying, I love Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin does this, does that, does this, does that. Then he says, I want to buy Twitter for $44 billion. All right. Now, as soon as he said he wanted to buy Twitter, immediately what happened? Doge pumped. Reason Doge pumped was because people thought, well, if he buys Twitter, then what he's going to do is he's going to incorporate a way which allows you to pay in Doge or receive money in Doge. All right. Which is very, very possible. Yes. Now, seeing something like this, it takes what Elon was saying, but to a new level. All right. Imagine having your MetaMask locked into your Twitter and, you know, getting involved in mints, for instance, in an NFT mint. There is no whitelist. You don't whitelist your email or your KYC or anything like that. You whitelist using your Twitter profile itself. Okay. And through that you can pay, you can receive, you can trade. It doesn't sound like a very safe feature, but it does sound like something that's going to take crypto to the next level in terms of mainstream. Now, I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks where I've said specifically, you know, in the next cycle, we're going to have more market participants. In the next cycle, if it follows the previous cycles, we're going to have more money injected into the market. And in the next cycle, we're going to have more altcoins and more projects and more possibilities to make your first million. All right. And I think this, in my personal opinion, is one of the first things that is going to give us that ability. Okay. I think when projects and developers see this particular addition to Twitter, it will bring Twitter one step closer towards a crypto app as opposed to an app that crypto people use. You know, so we'll have a quick look at this, and in the meantime, let me know what you guys think too in the comments. So Twitter is continuing to push it to be a Web3 front runner this week, according to reports first surfaced by established software front-end dev. La 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 la. Let's look at what we know in the early hours of these reports and what Twitter could be rolling out in the future. So Twitter is working on a wallet prototype that supports crypto deposits and withdrawal. I'm massively bullish on this, hugely bullish on this. Now, you know, there have been no official confirmations or mentionings from the social media company on the matter. As Wong notes, the wallet is expected to support deposits and withdrawals, but the initial token support is unclear, as are many other details. Accordingly, there is no timetable around when we could hear any confirmation around the details. Twitter has made a concerted attempt to be present in crypto following the lead behind former co-founder and CEO Jack Dorsey that has been continued by current CEO Parag. Okay, now this is the thing. this is the thing. It says here, in concerted effort to be present in crypto following the lead. All right. Now, I think this is going to be huge. This is something that's going to play a part in the next cycle. For a lot of people who don't understand how to use MetaMask either, you know, you're going to be able to buy and sell and send crypto across Twitter profiles. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We've already got, I think, NFTs that can become profile pictures on Twitter. So, here we got here. This is the macro perspective. So the rumors come during the tumultuous time for the company, with a potential incoming buyout led by Elon Musk in the closing horizon. Now, Elon Musk taking over Twitter is another thing in itself. It's the same as him taking over Telegram. We use Telegram and Twitter. If you're new to crypto, I know none of you guys are here are new to crypto, but just for instance, if you are, Twitter is where you need to be to kind of get a feel of what's going on within the crypto space. All right. Crypto Twitter is no different to like EastEnders. It's no different. There's always some sort of stupid drama going on. You have a voice on crypto Twitter. You're able to interact with everybody. Crypto Twitter. Then you've got Telegram. Telegram is where a majority of the crypto people sort of communicate with each other. And then you've got Discord as well, which is not as much as Telegram and Twitter, but it's up there. It's up there. So bringing something like this in, sort of integrating a wallet per se into Twitter, could be a huge bullish factor going into the next cycle, right? Because it will just allow a new channel of money transfer. Do you get what I mean? And if more people are utilizing that money transfer, well, then there you go. You've immediately got a new demographic, a new flood of new investors, of people who may not have had exposure to crypto before, and now you've made it super easy for them. You've made it as easy for them as the apps that they use, rather than going to Coinbase and signing up, rather than going to Binance and signing up, rather than going anywhere and signing up. What they're doing is, it's on Twitter already. You use Twitter already anyway. You see what I mean? So there's that. Now, that was the extent of this article. And I saw this and I thought to myself, do you know what? Whether people realize it or not, this is in some way, shape, or form headline news. I've chosen to talk about this before I speak about Rishi Sunak, all right? I've chosen to do that because I really think that it will play a sort of lead role going into the next. I really do. All right. So moving along anyway, we've got our new Prime Minister now in the UK. He's a Conservative member. He's from the Conservative Party. His quote here says, "The trust is earned and I will earn yours," says Rishi Sunak in his first address as the British Prime Minister. Now, I'll be really, really honest with you guys. Okay, I'll be really honest with you guys. When it comes to Rishi Sunak, a lot of people are asking me, I'm seeing a lot of things circulating as well, saying, well, NJ, look, do you know what? If Rishi Sunak is now the Prime Minister of the UK, then what? Is the market going to get better now? What's it going to do? Well, the answer is not really. Okay? You got to remember, right? If Rishi Sunak is taking over from Liz Truss, all he's going to do from the very beginning is inherit everything that she's done. That's one. So he's got to wrap that up too. Number two, he's got to develop a base, a foundation, in order to get his policies and his thought process to be what's the word I'm looking for here? His philosophies to be implemented. Those are the words I was looking for. There you go. Right? Now, in terms of crypto markets, I don't think that this is going to really affect the crypto market in the short term. I don't think it will. I think that the market cycles are playing out exactly as we expected. We're not fully out of the bear market yet. All right. If you haven't seen my market cycle review, you should probably go see my market cycles video. It's in the educational playlist. All right. Now, if we have a quick look at the timeline here, just to see, what happened, what led to to him becoming the Prime Minister. It says here, British leader of Indian origin, Rishi Sunak, won the Conservative Party leadership race to become the next United Kingdom's Prime Minister, following incumbent Premier Liz Truss's resignation on Thursday. Sunak, said to take charge as the first PM of colour in Britain, won the support of more than half of the Conservative MPs on Monday after his challenger Penny Mordaunt pulled out of the race. Former British PM Boris Johnson was expected to announce his candidacy, but he pulled out of the race after reportedly failing to get at least 100 backers, the threshold required to make it on the ballot. Johnson, however, claimed that he had the required support, but decided not to run as this would simply not be the right thing to do. Sunak's appointment came as several prominent Tory MPs visited his campaign headquarters on Monday. All right, so we know Rishi Sunak is the Prime Minister of London, all right, of the UK. So on Tuesday, Sunak pledges to restore stability as he becomes the UK's leader. Um, Shortly after, he vows to earn each Britain's trust as UK PM, talks of hope, challenges, and then, 5 minutes before that, oh, this is going in reverse order. Fucking idiot. All right, let's go to the bottom. That's stupid, though. If you're scrolling down on a page, why would you put the bottom first? Okay, right. So here we go. The morning of Tuesday. There we go. Rishi Sunak will take charge as the Prime Minister. All good. Moving along, Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma, congratulations. Fucking idiot. Biden, here we go. This is what I wanted to read. Biden on Rishi Sunak becoming the next UK PM says it's a groundbreaking milestone simply for the fact that he's an Indian, of course, right? So United States President Joe Biden on Monday hailed Rishi Sunak as the next Prime Minister of the UK and called his win a groundbreaking milestone, all right? And I can see some comments starting to come in the chat. Please do feel free to make an opinion, make an opinion, leave a comment in. Now, Infosys co-founder Narayana Murthy. Now, I think the Infosys owner, the Infosys founder is Rishi Sunak's dad. So I think the story of Rishi is quite an interesting one, actually. It's not his story, but his dad's. His dad was like an IT engineer like me. And he went and started his own company called Infosys, right? And then he became a billionaire. It's just, you can't, it's written in the stars type of thing, So Rishi Sunak is worth a crap load of money. His wife as well is richer than the Queen, I think, So consolidating power right there. He's got a lot of money, man. He's rich as fuck. He's probably worth nearly £1 billion. £1 billion. Is it the father-in-law or is it the father? I'm not sure whether it's the father-in-law or the father, but one of them built Infosys. Yeah, it's the father-in-law. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Federico. It's the father-in-law. Fair enough. Yeah, so there's that. So markets breathe a sigh of relief as Rishi Sunak set to take charge as PM. Now, the reason for this is because when it came to Liz Truss, she had ideas that were pretty crazy. She had ideas that were slowing down the deflationary environment that we are trying to put in to the system. All right. Now, what we need, if you think about it logically, all right, if you go back to what we've been talking about on this show, if you go back to where we've sort of ascertained ourselves within the market cycle, you got to ask yourself, what do we need now in order for Bitcoin to start pushing itself upwards? What do we need in order for the market to find a sort of a prosperity? What do we need? We need some basics. We need some very, very basic things in place first. Now, the first thing is we had a very inflationary environment going into 2022 from the COVID scare. Therefore, we need to put ourselves in a position now where the economy isn't in a stage of growth. We need to put ourselves in a position where we're not spending, where credit is difficult to achieve. We need to put ourselves in a position where it's not the cool thing to do when it comes to spending. We know what the situation is with energy bills. We know what the situation is with raw materials as a whole, Now, what Liz Truss was trying to do is she was saying, I think, to summarize her ideas in one go, I think what she was saying was, if the best thing that we can do going into this winter where we've got no money, where we've got no X, Y, and Z, the best thing that we can do is we can pause. That's what she said, pause. And it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. But, I'll let you guys in the chat make a decision. You tell me in the chat, is Rishi Sunak's appointment as Prime Minister, is it bullish or is it bearish? You tell me if it will help the market. Now, me personally, I think it's bullish. And I'll tell you why. I think it's bullish because, and just in terms of finances, right? I mean, I would love to see a world where Labour wins. All right. I'd love to see a world where it's easier for people that have no money. At the same time, you've got to remember, and this is controversial what I'm going to say, so please take it with a pinch of salt. We are operating in the finance space. You have tuned into this stream to talk to me about crypto, to engage with me about cryptocurrencies. And cryptocurrencies is an experiment, really, that came from the traditional finance world. All right. Now, I can see a comment there already saying Sunak is a puppet for the WEF, but the World Economic Forum, yes, he is. I would agree with you. I don't want to slander anybody, but like just as a sort of very basic opinion from a higher bird's eye view, I would agree. Now, if obviously a person who is heavily focused on finances and restoring finance stability in the market, then yes, although he's a Tory and he wants the rich to get richer and the poor people to get poorer, it still bodes well for the markets, all right? Because what he will try and do is he will try and look for a solution. When I say solution, it may not be a solution for everybody, but still a solution of some sort, which will allow the markets to really reset in the way that they need to. All right. So it's a difficult one for me in order to talk about this. I want the next bull market to come at the very same time, at the very, very same time. Um, I don't want people to suffer for that. But trading is that kind of game. You buy when you're buying, somebody's selling, and when you're selling, somebody's buying. It's just the game that we play. All right. And with Rishi Sunak coming in, I'm interested to see what he actually does with the policies that he's looking to set in, and how he's going to bring back the pound. Basically, in order to bring back the pound, we need the dollar to drop, because the dollar index is the inverse of the pound and the euro. Okay, so it's not about making the pound stronger; it's about making the dollar weaker. And the dollar's been in a massive bull market for a good year now. All right. So that's what it's kind of more about for me now. As whether or not he will do that, it remains to be seen. However, in my personal opinion, looking at the markets in the directions that they're going in now, to me, it looks like we're following the cycle. If we zoom out on the monthly very quickly, we've spoken about this before, where we've got sort of a year of bull market, a year of bear market, and then we've got our accumulation period right here. And then we've got the same thing right here now, where we've got a year of bull market, we've got nearly a year of bear market. And I'm hoping now that we get some sort of accumulation going into the next year, and then we can start finding our base and start pushing up for the next bull market. Okay, so it kind of makes sense to me. Something does have to change in the monetary system. Something does have to change in the finance space in order for us to start getting another type of bull market. Macro is important. A lot of people are saying now is not the time to focus on macro. I could not disagree with them more. Okay, I could not disagree with them more. Those people are people who don't take profits. They're people who play level to level, and they don't even know how to take profits. They don't know how to hold. They don't know how to trade a trending environment. If you're here to discuss 15-minute charts and 5-minute charts, then you're in the wrong place, to be honest. We're not here to focus on 5-minute level to level trades. We're here to print bars. We're here to print millions. And if we're going to do that, even if we're talking about 100K, even if we're talking about 100K, if we're going to do that, we need to focus on the higher time frame, because that kind of money is the kind of money people take years to work for, and a lot of people don't even have that in their savings. So for you to say, yeah, I'm coming into crypto, I want to make 100 bag, I want to make one bar, I want to make $1 million, all right, all good, but then focus on the things that need to be focused on. Do you get where I'm coming from? I hope that makes sense anyway. Yo, by the way, smash up the likes if you don't mind, guys. Smash up the likes. Let's get a like spike going if you don't mind. If you haven't liked the video, I usually like to aim for 100 likes, but the space is getting drier and drier. I don't think we'll get 100 likes for this one, but we'll see. If you're watching this recorded as well, do your part, like the video, and smash the subscribe button, by the way. That's what really goes a long way. Smash the subscribe button. We are on our way to 5K subscribers. I'm hoping with your help that we can get there, all right? Cool. So obviously Rishi Sunak is now in charge, and he's talking here about the energy crisis. So what is he going to do to resolve that energy crisis? Will he have the ability or the powers that need be to do so? I don't think he will. I think that's very heavily dependent on the US and obviously what's going on with Russia. But we'll see. hold on. Internet, congratulations, you appointed. La, 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 la. India, Pakistan on cusp of history, share pride. Barack Obama moment for Hindu. Yeah. So again, this is more celebratory. This is more celebratory things. All right. When it comes to this, this is more celebratory. But look, he's here now. We'll see what happens. You guys, let me know. Is it bullish or bearish? We'll run through one or two more things before I head off. But the first thing that we'll go over today is the Near Foundation announces 40 million protection fund for scrapped USN stablecoin. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up is because obviously we have a lot of controversy when it comes to stable coins in the market. Obviously, after the Luna fiasco, it's not been something that's been very, very easy to sort of be lenient towards the subject itself. Now, the Near Foundation, I don't know if you guys are bullish or bearish on the Near Foundation, but um, I don't really have an opinion on it. Not at this particular time. I don't know. A lot of these altcoins won't really make it into the next cycle. But here we go. The Near Foundation announces a $40 million protection fund, which is a huge amount. It's a big amount. In case it starts collapsing, obviously what they'll do is they'll buy. So in an effort to prevent another stablecoin collapse and crypto contagion, the Near Foundation is taking measures to support holders of USN. All right. On October 24th, the Near Foundation announced that it had set aside $40 million for a USN protection program. The fund is designed to protect USN holders and users by ensuring they can redeem the stablecoin on a one-to-one basis with USDTE. All right. Now, the move follows a separate announcement on October 24th by the central bank that it was winding down the independent stablecoin USN based on the Near blockchain. So again, this is just something that you guys need to know. If the Near stablecoin starts collapsing like Luna did, which I don't think it will, but if it does, then they will have 40 million to be able to try and buy this thing up in order to allow that one-to-one USN to USDT ratio. All right. So we'll see what happens there. That's going to be interesting. I don't think anything will happen in the near term, no pun intended. But it'd be interesting to see. Moving along, obviously, I don't know if you guys know what QuickSwap is, but QuickSwap, it was a platform that appeared in the 2021 cycle. I think I used it for Matic mainly. Um, you know, exploited for 220k. We're seeing bearish news again. How did they get exploited for 220k? No idea. Exploit used flash loans to attack a vulnerability with the Curve Oracle. I'm not quite sure, how to break this down for you guys in a way that you guys can understand, because quite frankly, I worked in infrastructure. I never really worked in development. Therefore, I won't be able to explain what that means. Now, the point is here is that along with a lot of altcoins that are going downhill that won't really be around in the next cycle, you're kind of looking at some of these decentralized trading platforms as well that might not be around. So in 2017, we had IDEX, right? IDEX was a platform. Then we had, Uniswap in 2021, and then we've had all these other ones that have come out like PancakeSwap, QuickSwap, SushiSwap, etc., etc., etc. Now, some of them will survive, some of them won't. Okay, that's just the harsh reality of it. And could QuickSwap now be pushing in the direction where they're not going to survive for the next cycle? One to watch out for. And then finally, crypto staking platform Freeway halts withdrawals, citing market volatility. So again, more bearish news coming out. This is just to put there that we're seeing a lot of more bear market type news. And notice how in a bear market, bullish news doesn't really work, but bearish news does work. And in a bull market, bullish news works, but bearish news doesn't. So keep that in mind. Bear with me one moment. So the Freeway token is down roughly 80% in the hours since the announcement. Freeway was not a significant or well-known project, with a market cap of less than 70 million before the crash and now 10 million at current trading prices. Freeway claimed it had $160 million in total value locked via a figure published on its website. On-chain data suggests that the majority of the largest of the 4,300 holders received it during an airdrop and were otherwise idle. Now, again, this is not something to take into too much consideration. You don't need to deep it like that. But again, this goes back to what I was just saying 5 minutes ago. A lot of these altcoins aren't going to make it, okay? They're not going to make it. It's a very, very difficult market to trade. The best thing that you can do right now, if you're a crypto person, genuinely, if you're a crypto person, is study. Literally study. I'm seeing it all over again now. Okay, well, let me close this off. I'm seeing it all over again. Okay, I'm starting to see the exact same signs I saw in 2018. People are becoming impatient. People are becoming really impatient. People want to go back to work. People want to leave crypto. People want to focus on X, Y, and Z. And in reality, all you have to do is just stick around and study. That's literally all you have to do. And that's kind of what I told people in 2018 too. And then nobody really listened. And in 2021, everybody wanted to be my friend again. You know, so if you're sort of at your edge, if you're sort of saying, why am I not in a trade every day, or why am I not making money, or why am I not making this worth my while, then you're not doing it right. Focus on studying, focus on your research, make sure that you're up to speed and up to date on everything that's going on in crypto, because when the next cycle comes, you'll be prepared. You don't need to go in with a huge mortgage, and you don't need to go in with a massive amount of money going into the next cycle to make a lot of money. You just need to be there at the right time. You need to be ready. A lot of people, where they lose money is they'll look at something like Solana or AVAX and they'll see it had gone from $1 to 25, 30. They will even see it at $200. They'll say, well, if it's gone from $1 to $200, why can't it keep going to 2,000? I'll sell my house and put my house money into this. And then from 200, it will drop. Where were you when Solana was at $1? Fuck. Where were you when it was at 5? Where were you when it was at 10? Oh, you were busy on the 5-minute time frame doing level to level, you dickhead. Do you know what I mean? So, everything has its seasonalities, everything has its time and its place. The volatility in crypto is about to start going. So what that means is it will start chopping you out in your positions. It will start doing that. All right. It's all good though. It's all good. Keep focused, stay studying, keep doing what you're doing, stay on the grind. All right. Stick on the grind. If you can stick on the grind, you'll be Gucci. All right. And when the next cycle starts, hopefully, if you're subscribed to the NJ show, we'll be here anyway every single day. I'm not going to let the next market cycle go past me. And if I'm not going to let it go past me, I'm not going to let it go past you either. So I've got to shoot. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a short episode today. But if you don't mind, smash the like button, show some love, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you for another episode soon. All right. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.